Dwayne Johnson pays emotional tribute to his friend and childhood hero Hulk Hogan following his passing. Dwayne Johnson honored his friend and childhood hero Hulk Hogan with a touching Instagram post early Friday morning, just a day after the wrestling icon passed away at the age of 71. Rest in peace, Terry Bollea, a.k.a. the immortal Hulk Hogan. Johnson, 53, wrote in a heartfelt message on July 25th. To millions of kids, including myself, you were a childhood hero. Known as The Rock during his wrestling career, Johnson reminisced about a memorable moment when he caught Hogan's Hulkster headband at Madison Square Garden in 1984, after the 12-time world champion tossed it into the audience during a match. I was the lucky kid who caught it when you threw it into the crowd, Johnson recalled. You were facing Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff that night in the main event. You were so surprised and thrilled after the match because you told me it was your last headband. And if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be able to get that exact one made again. You promised to have more made and to give me a Hulkster headband as a thank you gift. Johnson, whose father, Rocky Johnson, was a WWF, now WWE, wrestler alongside Hogan, expressed that his hero honored his promise. A month later at Madison Square Garden, you did just that. You kept your word with a handshake and a thanks, kid, Johnson reminisced. That meant everything to that 12-year-old boy. In 1996, Johnson joined the WWE and began his own remarkable wrestling career, becoming one of the biggest stars of the 1990s and 2000s. Known as The Rock, he won 10 world championships and eventually faced Hogan at WrestleMania 18 in Toronto in a match dubbed Icon vs. Icon. Longtime WWE announcer Michael Cole told SportsCenter on Thursday that he regards a match between Johnson and Hogan as the greatest WrestleMania match in history. Cole recalled, "It was Hogan versus The Rock, with 68,000 fans, and it was the loudest I've ever heard in an arena. This moment was crucial for the wrestling industry, as it symbolized the passing of the torch from one icon, Hogan, to the next, The Rock, in one of the most unforgettable moments in WrestleMania history." Johnson won the match, and both he and Hogan shook hands, standing side by side in the ring to thank the fans. Reflecting on the match in his tribute to Hogan on Friday, Johnson said, "I've never experienced anything like that in my wrestling career. It takes two to create that magic. But the incredible crowd reaction was all for you. You may have passed the torch to me that night, but you, my friend, sold out every arena and stadium across the country during your prime as Hulk Hogan, on your way to becoming the greatest of all time." Johnson concluded, "From the depths of my heart, and on behalf of this wild and crazy world of professional wrestling that we cherish, I say to you now and forever, thank you for the house, brother. Thank you for the house." Hulk Hogan blazed a trail from WWE to Hollywood for Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, and others. Long before Dwayne Johnson became the movie star known as The Rock, and even before John Cena swapped his jorts for a Peacemaker helmet, Terry Hulk Hogan Bollea transitioned from the wrestling ring to Hollywood. Hogan was instrumental in establishing WWE, then WWF, as a major player in the entertainment industry. Vince McMahon Jr. aspired to elevate his father's WWF. The extra W stood for wide, in what was originally the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, from a regional entity to a national powerhouse, using the Worldwide label as a marketing strategy. To outshine his competitors in their territories, McMahon needed two key elements: television syndication and a major star. Luckily, he had Bollea, a towering figure at 6 feet 7 inches with famously large biceps, though they were actually 22 inches, on his roster. Together, they crafted the persona of Hulk Hogan, named for his resemblance to the Incredible Hulk, to appeal to the large Irish demographic in the Northeast, the WWF's territory. This strategy proved successful. Throughout the 1980s, Hogan emerged as the most popular character in professional wrestling. Just how adored was Hulk Hogan by children, the primary audience of the time. We literally followed his advice to say our prayers and take our vitamins. Hogan, who passed away on Thursday, became the hero in countless good versus evil storylines, including several with nationalistic themes. However, before he took on the Iron Sheik in 1984, officially igniting Hulkamania, The Ultimate Good Guy made his Hollywood debut as the ultimate male Thunderlips in Rocky III, 1982. McMahon was extremely reluctant to let Hogan venture into Hollywood, so he kept him tied to the wrestling ring for the remainder of the decade. Yet Bolia, embodying the real American his entrance theme proclaimed, felt the urge to pursue his destiny. When he headed to Hollywood to film No Holds Barred, 1989, McMahon joined him as an executive producer. What followed was something no one anticipated. Suburban Commando, 1991, has become a cautionary tale in Hollywood for poor marketing, and Mr. Nanny, 1993, wasn't much better. Mr. Nanny was essentially Johnson's game plan, just 14 years earlier. Although Hogan struggled to attract audiences at the box office, he remained a significant draw in wrestling arenas. However, when Bolia eventually returned to his wrestling roots, he did not go back to where he had found his greatest success. In 1994, Hogan left WWF for WCW, teaming up with fellow defectors Scott Hall, formerly Razor Ramon in WWF, and Kevin Nash, formerly Diesel in WWF, as the enigmatic third man of the NWO. Together, they helped WCW surpass WWF in television ratings for the first time, a streak that lasted for 83 weeks. Ironically, Bolia wrestled under the name Hollywood Hogan in WCW. By this time, however, Hogan's actual Hollywood career was essentially over, although he still managed to land cameos, minor roles, and direct-to-video parts throughout the 90s. While Hogan was not a strong actor, he was also hindered by poor material. Everyone has to start somewhere, but Bolia never progressed beyond that initial stage. Nonetheless, he did manage to showcase the untapped potential of wrestlers to Hollywood producers. Dwayne Johnson has reaped the most benefits from this, but John Cena and Dave Bautista, known as Batista in WWE, are quickly catching up. They are exceptional wrestlers, much better than Hogan. To be honest, though it was a different time, but what truly distinguishes their careers is their ability to engage with audiences. And why should that talent be confined to the WWE universe? Every wrestler in WWE and AEW, etc., is a physical powerhouse. It's the ability to speak, not just fight, that creates a top star. A WWE promo class is akin to an improv class at Second City. The skills that are now rightly referred to as sports entertainment translate well into traditional entertainment. Hogan was a warning sign. What emerged from that was John Cena and a CGI eagle. For years after their $220 million fantasy film faced skepticism, Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt are set to reunite in a new movie. Dwayne Johnson is one of the few actors who have successfully made the leap from wrestling to acting. He has delivered impressive action films and feel-good stories, and now he is determined to showcase his acting skills in the upcoming biographical sports drama, The Smashing Machine, directed by Benny Safdie. The film is scheduled to premiere at the 82nd Venice International Film Festival this fall. To celebrate this event, A24 has released a new image featuring Johnson and Blunt. While fans have witnessed Johnson's transformation into wrestler Mark Kerr, this new photo offers a glimpse into the relationship between Kerr and his then-wife, Dawn Staples, played by Blunt, as they stroll hand-in-hand through a market. Johnson appears focused, while Blunt looks at him with admiration. Dwayne Johnson has put in significant effort for his role in The Smashing Machine. The film chronicles Mark Kerr's rise to the top of his career while grappling with personal challenges. The initial trailer left fans astonished, as Johnson was nearly unrecognizable to even his most devoted followers. The latest image reveals a different aspect of his character, making it intriguing to see The Rock in this role. Dana White, the president and CEO of UFC, mentioned Collider last year that he believes Johnson has a chance at award recognition. The supporting cast features Lindsay Gavin as Elizabeth Coleman, Ryan Bader as Mark Coleman, Zoe Kosovic as Mackenzie Coleman, and B.A.S. Rutten playing himself. Other cast members include Alexander Usyk as Igor Vovchanchin, Paul Lazenby as Hans Nijman, James Montasri as Akira Shoji, Yoko Hamamura as Kazuyuki Fujita, Paul Chung as Masaki Satate, and Andre Tricatur as Paul Verlins. Safdie directs from his own screenplay. After its debut in Venice, The Smashing Machine will be released in theaters on October 3rd, 2025.